If you're wondering, this is my natural hair texture coming out slowly out of my hair. My roots are growing, but that's not the main focus of this video at all. So let's get on with it.
Hi everyone, my name is Akira, and this is my channel called Zachless Books. Today, I'm here showing you my wrap-up for the plugin readathon, which has ended. This video is coming out either today or tomorrow. I figured tomorrow. I'm going to schedule it for tomorrow, so I could just edit this today and get this over with. So yeah, the wrap video for this is the second round of plugin readathon, which honestly, the one of two readathons I joined this month. You'll see my second one coming out hopefully by June. To summarize it up, I read 3 books. I have 4 books planned, but I only read 3 books. The last book was because you'll see why. So, to start off, the first book I read, which was the webcomic Mage and Her Demon. This book was like this fantasy. This whole thing is like a video game. It's like you have the queen demon who's the strongest, and you have to go through each general in order to get to the queen. For some reason, our main character always has befriended the general, so they just allow her up there to get to the queen demon. We're basically here dealing with the mage and the demon queen, going back and forth because the mage supposedly she wants to marry the demon queen. That's it short. So probably the simplest I got from here, which is a lot more because I don't usually do summaries when it comes to books. Honestly, this was hilarious to me. It was just overall a thrill ride, and I breezed through this very quickly because I love rom-coms, and they're not really that hard to do. The second book I read, which was Blind the Eye, this book was more of like a science fiction thriller, I guess. I can't describe it. We're dealing with coal, and there's like this place called the Refuge where like they apparently kidnap children to come to their thing and control them, because there's something called I can't come up with a summary. Basically, I love this book. It was actually a quite hidden gem for me. Throughout all the reads that I had during May, this one was a surprise read. I had no clue that I enjoyed it. I was just trying to get through it so I could review it and just see how it is, to the point where I asked for the author to give me an arc. Put me on the list for the arc for the next book. I can't wait. Last but not least, which became one of my first low-rated books, it was 3 stars. It wasn't the author's fault, and it wasn't the fact that I didn't like the book. I'm talking about here Power Surge. We're dealing with a main character who uses they/them pronouns. Their name is Aaron, where it's basically like this cool paranormal thing. We get to do with demons, we get to do with elves, angels, and it's overall an amazing ride. The one thing I kind of liked throughout this whole book was the friends to love romance. I am not a fan of romance. If you don't know me at all, I don't like romance. I can't get into it, and as I'm reading it, it was not for me. I like the story. I like learning about all the demons and stuff. I like learning about their powers and all that, and also all the diversity in this whole book was just amazing. But the romance took me off because it wasn't like a subplot. It was there. It was in my face. Like, I could tell what was going on here. If you're really into like friends to lovers romance developing in your face, this book will be perfect for you. It was not for me because it ruined the whole experience of me wanting to know more about the powers, the demons, the angels. They were like the side plot versus it being the main plot. Maybe it was just me, but that's all I couldn't get over the fact. So the book is not bad. It's just that me not being a fan of romance kind of overtook that and sucked me dry for the last book. The last book I was supposed to read, which was the only book and the sequel to my favorite book, which was called Lois Meow, I read during the first round of this. I wasn't able to get through this one because the last book drained me badly that I couldn't, even there was one day left that I could have read this. I believe I would have liked this. It's just that the book yeah, I was just drained and I was not in the mood for this. So that's why I couldn't really read this one and I had to skip it. But hopefully next month I may be able to get into it. I don't know. It's unknown at this point because I haven't really came up with my June TBRs yet. Well, that's it. That's all the books I read. I read 3. You'll see the complete. I'll tell you the complete amount of books that I read during the month of May, which is a lot. I actually overdid my goal, which was 1 book. You'll see how many books I read at the end. I'm gonna count it all up. But for this readathon, I read 3, which was more than 1, as y'all know, and surprised me. The fact that I even got through this readathon was amazing. So anyway, I hope you all enjoyed my wrap up. You'll probably see this tomorrow, and I'll see you all in my Readathon wrap up. So see you everyone. Have a good day and bye.